Welcome to our channel. Today I want to tell you my story in the first person, not only as a historical figure, but as someone who lived through difficult times, made complex decisions, and tried, as best I could, to serve my nation. I am Winston Churchill, and this is my life. I was born on November 30, 1874, at Blenheim Palace, into a British aristocratic family. From a young age, I displayed a restless spirit and a determination that was sometimes mistaken for stubbornness. I wasn't a brilliant student, but I was an avid reader and a tireless observer of the world. I soon discovered that my destiny lay not in a quiet life, but in active service, so I entered the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst. There I found discipline, purpose, and a gateway to adventure. My early years as a soldier and war correspondent took me to far-flung places: Cuba, India, Sudan, and South Africa. I wrote about each experience, convinced that words could also be a powerful weapon. Those travels shaped my view of the British Empire and prepared me for a public life in which the pen and the spoken word would be as important as any military strategy. I entered Parliament in 1900, and from then on, my life was marked by constant political challenges. There were successes, such as my reforms at the Ministry of Commerce, and failures, such as my involvement in the disastrous Gallipoli campaign during the First World War. I never considered myself infallible, but I always believed in the responsibility to learn from even the most bitter failures. However, my most decisive moment came in 1940, when I became Prime Minister in the midst of the Second World War. My country faced the threat of Nazi Germany, and the future looked bleak. But I have always believed that courage is forged in the darkest of times, and I resolved to speak to my people with honesty, strength, and conviction. I delivered speeches that sought to do more than inspire. They aimed to remind every citizen that freedom was worth any sacrifice. "We shall never surrender" wasn't just a phrase, it was a promise. The war was long and brutal, but Great Britain held firm, and together with our allies, we managed to stop the tyranny that threatened the world. After the victory, my public life continued with its ups and downs. I won elections, I lost others, I wrote books, and I even received the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1953, an honor that filled me with pride. Looking back, I see a life marked by difficult decisions, by faith in democracy, and by the conviction that even in the darkest night, there is always the possibility of a new dawn. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and keep exploring our channel for more stories like this. Until next time.